Hi, this is Bethany Larson.
And I'm Owen Huffman. And we are going to show you our final game of Lost on an Island. So now we'll run it. So here we have our game is called Lost on an Island, and it comes up with this nice welcome screen, and it gives a little background to your situation basically. So you're on your way to your cabin out in the woods, you're flying, and you have to make an emergency landing on this island. And the goal of the game is to find enough wood to create a signal fire. And you only have 12 hours to do that, and if you don't do that, then you will lose. So in order to start the game, we first have to input our username. So I'm just going to, so we're going to start, and since we didn't enter anything, it throws an error. So we got to go back and enter something. Okay, so now we're going to start, and it comes up to the main menu. So here we have map and our storyline, which is basically an extended version of what I just read. We have our help menu and quit the game. So the instructions, we're going to look at those really quick. And just like I said earlier, we go around, and the object of the game is to collect enough wood to build a signal fire. And the way you collect the wood is by answering a question at a certain challenge correct. And even if you don't answer this question correctly, the time still goes down. So the time starts at 12, and even if you don't answer it, it goes down. And once you reach 0, if you haven't collected enough wood, then the game is up. So I guess we'll go to our map and start the game. So we have the 4 challenges: the river, the forest, the tree house, and the valley. And here you can see, in order to go to the valley, it takes 6 hours. In order to go to the tree house, 2 hours, and the forest is 4, and the river, we're going to go to the river. So here's a question: you just tripped over a bunny and fell into the river, and is this a true or false question? Is it going to help you? Are you going to float better in the river or in the ocean? So the correct answer is false. But in order for demonstration, we're going to click true. And so here it says, sorry, that is not the correct answer. These buttons are not clickable anymore, and we're going to go back to the menu. And now we are going to go to the valley. And so here's the next question. What is the chemical that is responsible for dreams? So we're going to say morphine, just to be wrong. And so again, we got it wrong, and we got to go back to the map. So we only have 3 hours left, no logs. We're going to go to the forest. But since we don't have enough time, we lose the game. So now we shall.
So now we'll play the game again, and we'll show what happens when you successfully win. So we're gonna. You go ahead, Bethany. All right. So we're gonna go to the map, and notice how you can go back to the main menu here, and right away you have 12 hours remaining, 0 logs. So I'm gonna go click Valley, and the correct answer here, I believe, is A. So yeah, we got it right. Look at that. We have 2 logs now. Okay, so now we'll go to the forest, and this answer is B. Kind of memorize these, but just for demonstration. Oh, I didn't have enough time to go through. Whoops. Well, we also wanted to show you how the, just for time, I guess we won't show winning, but we wanted to show you that when you don't have enough logs and you try to go to the shore to build your fire, it'll warn you, oh, you don't have enough logs yet. So that's another exception that we threw in the game. So there's our game in a nutshell. And so now we're going to tell you a little bit about what we've learned and what we're still struggling with as far as Java.
Yeah, so the one thing that I learned that I liked had to do a lot with the switch statements, and I thought it was just really interesting how you can go through, and it's similar to an if-else ladder, but it seems that it's a little more organized and easy to read, and it's a little more functional, I guess you could say, and so it's really neat to figure out how to use that and apply that in the code.
And I really learned more about classes, and especially super or abstract classes, and how we can organize all of our code and how we can also make it more modular. I didn't know about that before this class. I've never tried to make my code more modular, and now I know what that means and how it's very effective.
Okay, so as far as struggling with Java, I feel like I struggled a lot with exception handling. I mean, I know how it runs, or how logically it runs with the try block and the catch statement and then the finally block. But as far as the syntax goes, I feel like my understanding of that isn't as solid as it should be.
Yeah, and I still struggle with organization. I feel like our whole game, as you can see here, we have so much code. And we've learned in this class that we can organize it in 3 different layers. We have the model layer, the view layer, and the control layer. And while that's very helpful, we still just sometimes are like, where are we supposed to go in our code? We don't know where we put this. And so organization, I feel, is key to creating anything that's going to be bigger than just a few, functions. So that is something that we'll have to improve on.
Yeah. So now we want to show you some of our exception handling, and so this here is in our for like our text-based game, and it checks the player name, the length of the player name. So if it's shorter than 1 character, then it'll throw the exception. So here we have the try block. We set the player name variable to equal to get the username, and then we check the username, set to true, and then we'll catch this exception, and then we'll print out this message. So.
Yeah, and that was one of the exceptions in the text-based game, and so this is an exception that we used in the graphic user interface. See how our catch doesn't system.out. Instead, we have a J option pane, and it opens up an option pane right here of type error message. And this one, in this particular case, is just checking to make sure the distance that you entered in is an actual number and not just a string or anything else. So those are some exceptions, and that is our game.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching.